Hello there, I'm here today to talk about a favourite rig of mine. It's counted for a number of my big fish over nearly 2 decades. Some of the best looking carp in the country, several different waters. But I've seen countless articles over that time of the same rig, but realistically we're here to talk about a few key points of what is known as the Hinged stiff rig. So I'll run you through them now. Right, the key points I'm going to run you through are, to start off with, will be the boom section of the hinge rig. If I'm fishing a big lake where I'm likely to encounter undertows and that, I tend to like to fish overweighted pop-up. And to stop this haloing up on the bottom, I tend to use a stiffer material like the Invisalink. This tends to make it kick out to one side. If I'm fishing areas where there's likely to be a little bit of debris still on the bottom where they haven't cleared off through fish feed and that, I'll tend to use a more supple type of material like the Trick Link. And I'll tend to sort of balance the pop-up so it'll sink slower. Moving on to the swivels, there's 2 different types of swivels. There's a size 8 rolling swivel, that's on the rotary part of it. This isn't a flexi ring, it's just a swivel because I believe the loop knots create the same effect. You either use one or the other. On the pop-up end, because it's nearer the hook, I just like a smaller swivel. Again, with both swivels, I check them both before I use them, a bit like checking the point of your hook. Moving on to the pop-up section, I prefer to use a high memory type material for this, for a couple of different reasons. One is so that it holds its shape on impact with the surface, especially if you're casting with a big leg at range, that can distort your presentation. And another thing I've also encountered on very riggy waters is the fish can flank on your hook baits and actually distort your hooking arrangement, which could in turn cost you fish. Another part of the rig is the hook. That's important. Obviously you check that every time, but the eye on these hooks, which happen to be the Gardner jods, is bent out at a 15-degree angle. There's a good reason for this. It will eliminate the chances of being cut off on the eye, which you would get with an inturned eye or a straight eye. So that's very important, something people do overlook because they have their favourite hooks. And lastly, decent quality pop-up that's likely to stay buoyant for over 24 hours because that's the sort of length of time I leave my rigs out for. So there you go, that's the key points in my mind of the hinge rig. So if you're getting out on the bank this spring and you're going to give the hinge stiff rig a go, if you follow them guidelines you won't go too far wrong, so be lucky.